We have Dr. Kevin Campbell here with some perspective. Doc, good to see you.
Good to see you, Phil.
Folks out there, what should they know from the patient perspective? We'll get into the medical community perspective in a moment.
You know, this new Affordable Care Act is important in that we do need to reform health care and change the way we deliver care. However, I'm very concerned about some of the provisions. I think a patient perspective is that you may not have very much choice in these exchanges.
Right.
I think that you may find that a doctor you've been with 20 plus years developed a relationship, you may have to see a different doctor because they may not be in network. And I am very concerned that they may negatively impact outcomes and the ability for you to work with your physician that you've seen for so long.
You talked about the physician. What are your peers saying in the medical community? How do they feel about it?
You know, I think for us, this is a bit overwhelming. We're being asked to do more with less. I think that we are, in fact, overwhelmed with electronic type paperwork and mandates that are important to do, but I think they've been rolled out so quickly and so haphazardly that we don't have the infrastructure to support it. It's going to be a real struggle for healthcare providers.
And what you're talking about is switching medical documents from real hard copy paperwork to the computer system. What's the time frame that you have to do that?
So we are already mandated to have done that. We're in the process of doing that. My office, for instance, have been on electronic records for more than 3 years. However, we continue to change systems. You have to learn a new system. And when you do that, charting takes a great deal of time.
Right.
So it takes away from the time I'd have to spend with you as a patient.
Do you think that that's going to become a problem for doctors seeing patients? I have a friend who's a doctor up in New York says, I am not going to be able to see as many patients, say, a year from now that I see right now.
I think that is a huge problem. What it means is, in order to see my same patient load, I take a great deal of work home and I chart at home at night when it interrupts family time. However, I do worry that ultimately there's going to be waiting lists for patients to get primary care doctors because we don't have enough primary doctors for all the newly insured.
That's a good point. How do you think the future of medical of our medical services that we're going to get is going to be affected by this? Because if I'm a college student, I might think twice about becoming a doctor because of this, and I'm hearing about that a lot.
I will tell you, it is such an honor and a privilege to be a physician and care for patients every day. I love my job and I love what I do. However, if I am a college student with choices at this day and age, I may not go into medicine because of what we're seeing.
Dr. Campbell, always good to hear from you. Thank you very much. All right. And of course, if you have a question for Dr. Campbell, it could be about this, it could be about anything really, just log on to our Facebook page and our website, WNCN.com. From there, you can like Dr. Campbell's Facebook page and also find him on Twitter.